Hello guys! I finally got to make this vlog. I know it's been a long time, so I'm sorry about this. But I was really thinking of a way to present you the information when it comes to how I actually wrote my CV when I was applying for a scholarship. And equally, I was waiting for the right time. And I also know that most of the deadlines for scholarship applications are starting from January onwards, so I thought that might be September is a great time for creating such video. I wanted to thank you for sending me emails. I had so many people asking me questions about the scholarship specifically, so I felt a bit bad that I didn't create this video slightly earlier. But I think this is a great time. So although I responded to you through email, I hope you're watching again. Maybe you can sort of see something new. And for the people who haven't contacted me through email, feel free to do so, but also feel free to watch the whole video, and hopefully it's going to be helpful for you as well. By the way, it's almost 8 o'clock here, so it might get a bit darker at some point, but I think it's going to be alright. Yeah, I think as I thought, it's slightly dark, but I think it's alright. Welcome to my office. This is my bed. And this is going to be the office for my academic year in my master's degree, because almost all the lectures now are watched through Zoom and all the other lectures are recorded. And we have just one lecture that we need to attend. So basically, I will spend almost all of my time on this bed this year. So I think it is a fair way to start by defining the actual meaning of a scholarship. So as you know, scholarship is a financial award. So this is not a role that you are applying for, and this is not a job that you want to get. So what I'm trying to say is that when you have a scholarship CV, your aim is to present yourself as a fantastic student, especially if the scholarship is, the merit scholarship. So scholarship which depends on some kind of excellent grades. So in this case, it is very important to adjust your CV as if you are presenting yourself as a student with fantastic academic and extracurricular results, rather than stating just experience, which you would do if you're applying for a job, for example, because when you're applying for a job, your CV needs to be very concise, very sort of adjusted to the role that you're applying for. So this is the first thing that you need to think about when you are preparing your strategy for writing your CV for a scholarship. I think it's going to be very helpful if I talk to you about my strategy. So what I did was I started by obviously stating my name, my address, and my LinkedIn profile. So I'll just put a link there. This is good if you have a LinkedIn profile and you stated, experiences there or what you did. This is going to be a great way to present yourself from the outset. So definitely put your LinkedIn profile. They will have a look at it. And then what I did was I put my first section as education, diplomas and certificates. So this is, I'd say, the driest one, because you just state your marks basically. So now what I would advise you to do whenever you write something, write it in a way that it does stand out. So for example, I don't want to show you my CV. I'll probably show you in a while, but not specifically the marks, because they're really detailed, so you might get bored by them. But instead of just writing, I've got for example, in my secondary education, because you also need to state your marks of your secondary education or just the undergraduate. So I was saying, right, I got 5.99 out of 6, which was the highest in my high school then, and that was actually, I think, highest ever in my high school until that time. So I made this clear and made this mark really stand out by just saying that was the highest mark in my school, for example. Then also about the undergraduate diploma, again, it was the highest in my class. So again, just like a little sentence saying, literally 5 words, that was the highest in my city, or that was the highest in my my class or my school. The other thing that I was mentioning was the different certificates that I had obtained until that time. So I had several research certificates. I have two laureate diplomas. One is in connection to Russian language, and the other one is something to do with a national Olympiad based on civil education, if that's the way to say it. I'm not really sure. Civil education. Yeah, so I had like a voluntary project. If you're interested, I can tell you a bit more about that. But it was amazing. So I was granted a laureate diploma by the minister, I think deputy minister then, 2017. And so I've put all these little things in there. In the education. So from this onwards, I'm stating, right, it might be 2020, but I'm doing stuff from 2017 and even earlier. So I'm making myself stand out just by outlining these things. I will show you slightly later something to do with my CV layout, which I think is a good strategy. But I just wanted to talk to you about all the sections that I've put into the CV. To be honest, I'm not really sure why I keep looking at myself like there rather than in the camera, so sorry about that, but I've just noticed this. It's just slightly awkward, I think. Why am I doing this? I don't even know. See, I'm not a professional in taking videos. I decided to make videos just to help people. They're not even professionally videotaped, so sorry about that. And also the editing is, I know it's awful, I'm still learning. I'm using another platform now. Anyways, right, section number 2. So section number 2 is the work experience section. So as you can see, I've got the office manager, and this is my first ever proper job, which I had in 2017. It was like an internship job. So, and I was listing key skills. What I'd say is I would probably, well, since it is a CV, obviously you cannot talk about all the functions that you had as an office manager, but I just wanted to list some of the key skills. Then I've got sales executive, child and adult workforce interpreter. This is not an updated CV, so my current updated is now to here you can see 2020 because I've just quitted these jobs, obviously because I moved to Amsterdam. So as you can see, I was listing all the types of work experience that I've had so far. When we talk about scholarship based on your academic performance, it is very, very, very nice to put something that you've done alongside. So we talk about extracurricular activities. And I'll show you because I have 3-4 more sections. Obviously not something you do in a normal CV because you just want to stick to like the 2-page unwritten rule. But this CV is, I think it's like 3 pages, so I'm slightly over because I've put more sections. So what I was trying to say is I really wanted to make sure that they know I've done a lot of things. And there is nothing bad in this, so it's not just, you know, trying to lie. You're telling them what you've done. The next thing is, okay, I think I need to turn around the camera now again. It's the legal work experience. So as you can see, I've got different internships in, different sort of law firms. This is Chambers, and then I was listing my Thomson Reuters role as well, and an award that I had from there, as well as the best student representative and other awards as well. And the next section was my voluntary work. Okay, so this is where I actually started from the one which I've done the most recently. And this is an advisor at the business advice clinic at my university, which I did through that my last year. That was amazing. We were working with real life clients providing advice. Again, unfortunately, cannot explain this in the CV. So this is my voluntary role for the African Prisons Project, the present student representative, my university. I'm not really sure why I haven't put university, but anyways. Oh yeah, I was also working for a charity project with young benefactor. I think that some of you may feel a little bit overwhelmed with the information that I'm giving you. I know there is a lot of experience that I have listed. I've done a lot of things, but I just wanted to tell you that even if you haven't done a lot of things, it doesn't matter. So it's more important to present what you've done in a proper way. And the other thing is, wherever you've done, if you've attended a seminar and you have a diploma from there, maybe a certificate, if you have been an assistant, like a one-day assistant at a company, or maybe you attended an open day, whatever you've done, even if you've attended an Olympiad and you had some kind of award listed, wherever it is, just make sure that you list it, because it shows that you are a person who is really thinking about, improving themselves as a not just as a student, but just like on a personal basis. And this is what I think they are looking for when they are granting those scholarships, because there are a lot of students who have great and fantastic grades. So the question is, what is going to make them stand out? And if you think about it, this is everything else that they do outside the university, and it's not just the grades. So yeah, so I'll keep showing you my experience. I'm actually showing this to you so that you can probably think of something similar that you've done but you don't remember it, and maybe from this you can deduct some information. Maybe you can just think of something similar that you've done. Right, let's just continue then. So we've got the international work experience section. So I've put this section, it was completely strategically put in here. I don't necessarily have it in my normal CV, but what I was trying to show is that I'm also a very internationally oriented student. So I wasn't just doing things at my university, but I was also interested in being a person or a citizen of the international society rather than just the UK or Bulgaria, for example. So I was enlisting things such as my internship at the Bulgarian embassy in London. I was participant of different Erasmus projects, and I was also Bulgarian representative at the Idea Debate Exchange in 2016, as you can see. What I've put it here is, for example, that I've been added twice to the Dean's list for at my university. So that is, if you have a first class grade, then you are put in this Dean's list. So obviously that I've put it in here in the other achievements. And I also said I was awarded with level 3rd of award in leadership and management. I also mentioned my research piece. Actually, I can show it to you. My research piece in relation to the free trade agreement between the EU and the South Korea, which actually won a place at the UE blog. This was a research piece that I did in my second year, and this was obviously, it was awarded. So if you have something like this, maybe some coursework that had amazing feedback or was published somewhere, definitely put this into your CV for your scholarship. So pretty much when it comes to my experience, that was it. But I also wanted to add a little twist. So obviously I was mentioning then the computer abilities, excellent knowledge of Word, Excel. Then I mentioned like the language that I speak, so Bulgarian native, English fluent, Russian fluent, French intermediate. And then I also wanted to add personal interests. So the first thing which I talked about was community work. So under the community work, you can put that you are a member of different societies. For example, I've been a member of different debating societies, for example in Bulgaria, but also in the UE Law Society, member of and I'm actually still a member of the Law Society Bristol Junior Lawyers Division and the Women Lawyers Division, but I'm still not a lawyer. So the other thing which I talked about just in one sentence is the sports which I am also interested in. So I said like volleyball, badminton, rhythmic gymnastics, mountaineering, and I also said that I became a rhythmic gymnastics international champion in Bosnia and Herzegovina. And I think I was about 12 maybe. Can't remember, my medal is still at home. So the twist time. So my final section was future experience. So have you ever heard about future experience in a CV? No, because this is something which I came up with. So I totally give you the right to use this idea, guys, and I think it's going to be very successful for you. So what I mean by future experience is I wanted to show them that, okay, I've done this, I've done that. So what is next? What do I want to do next? And I've put 2 key things. So the first thing is that at that time, I have set up a team to take part of a writing case Jessup competition. So this is a moot court competition. You may not be aware of this because you might not necessarily study law and do moot courts. The other thing is that I said I plan to spend an internship at the European Parliament. So at that point I had started an application, but because of the situation, I think they postponed some of the internships, so I couldn't take part. And the other problem was that obviously the whole world was under quarantine, so yeah, I had to go home at that point. And I think if you just mention it, it's going to be an amazing way to show them that you are a very, very, you know, I forgot the word. Initiative. That you are a person who is initiative and who wants to do things in the future rather than just lay on the bed, you know, like me, for example, now, because I'm studying from my bed. No, I didn't want to relate in this way. Yeah, so definitely input something there. If you plan to attend a competition, if you've been accepted to do something, maybe an internship, this is again experience. It's in the future, and obviously you haven't done it because maybe the deadline for your scholarship application is before this internship, but definitely put it in your CV. And hopefully you're still with me. Actually, I'm not really sure if you are still awake. I'm slightly getting sleep, to be honest. I need to get some rest today because it was just a very, very long day. I was reading. Then I did some preparation for my Dutch lessons tomorrow. And yeah, I'm not even sure what kind of language do I speak. Do I speak Dutch now? Yeah, I'm not speaking Dutch now. Anyways, a final tip. No, actually, there are 2 tips. Right. Tip number 1. Whenever you want to make sure something is standing out, use the bold format and also put some kind of color. So this is my strategy. The other thing is definitely put some kind of lines here. So how you can do that, I'll just show it on Word for you. Let me just open a random page. Right, so if you try and type some kind of text and then you press enter and then you just press the button dash, press it maybe 2-3 times and then just press enter again and you have this line here very nicely. Let's try it again. So put a text, enter, dash, 3 times, enter. Okay, so you've got this kind of very nice, you know, layout of your CV. Okay, I think that was pretty much for today. I think I showed to you very thoroughly how I did my, you know, created my strategy, my CV as a whole. So I'll be really happy if you think of your own way, but certainly feel free to take some advice and pieces from my CV as well. And I would like to wish good luck to all of you who are applying for a scholarship for the next year, the next academic year. And if you have any more questions, definitely let me know. What I plan to do is another vlog very soon in relation to the cover letter. Feel free to ask questions through LinkedIn, Instagram, and I will definitely respond in my free time and I will try to be as helpful as possible. So see you soon.